Were you, or were you not, on a gay cruise?
No, you're 120% dick pic.
Everybody that age, they're sperminator.
Yeah.
Because we don't care about anything else. We're a walking hard on looking for a hole.
That's. I have to say you're right on that one. Oh, my God.
A stiff breeze comes through the room and you return the favor.
Got her in. Oh. Somewhere on the outside of this building, there is a hole where squirrels come in.
Better than a hole where dicks come in.
Yeah, better than that.
Going down the stairs to wash the laundry. What the hell? Shh. Pizza. Stop! Stop it now! I order you to stop! I'm still touching myself.
Yeah!
All young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge they phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never on.
I think washing they pussy in the sink is my favorite part. The Vietnamese trade in dongs. Figuratively and literally, I'm sure.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
I did decide to look it up. 500,000 dongs is a good night for Pop's ex.
Like most women, he's an emotional thinker.
Good God.
I mean, that's part of the problem we're having now in our society is we have a bunch of emotional thinkers that want the world to fall in line with their emotions. It's not... look, reality doesn't give a shit about emotions.
It's my lived truth. Fuck your lived truth.
No, it's not. It's your perspective.
Kiss my ass.
Literally like, hey, Sergeant Pop, you got to turn your bear suit. I'm like, over my dead body. No. Just give me a statement of charges. Yeah. You're never getting this back. Yeah. You can suck it.
I'm going to wear this with my Russian coat.
you will bury me in this. Hey! Why you gotta fucking be like that, man?
Because I'm an asshole, and I learned from the best. I'm sitting across from him, and I'm pointing at you with all four fingers.
All right, first of all, the Russian jacket is World War II surplus.
I'll send you a picture of it, Sarge.
Yeah, okay.
I got you standing wearing it with holding two giant buckets like you just collected all the chum from behind the dump dumpster at the bar, and you're going to go home and make ice cream out of it.
Soundboard is up.
Yeah.
You're up. I'm up. Why do we have no sound?
I don't know.
Do we have no sound out there? Are you muted? I am not muted.
I'm not muted. You can hear me, right?
Hang on. Okay, or can you hear me now?
Oh, it works now. Okay.
Hey, that's it. We have sound. There you go. Take 2. Do it again. 5 by 5. Yeah. Fire at will.
All right. One more time, you goddamn savages. Have you been paying attention to the news? Because it is going to go down. Now, pay attention here. Blake and I and Battle Dwarf have been talking about this on and off the air for the past 4 years. And it is one hell of a coinkydink when all of the mainstream media seems to have the same talking points roughly around the same time. You know, like the laptop isn't verifiable, and then we want to get rid of all of your gas stoves and all of this other shit. Well, it turns out Trump literally dropped a nuke on the CIA funding platform that is using our tax dollars to brainwash us and the rest of the world. Now, it's only been going on now for, a week? And they found so much crap. Just imagine what they're going to find. This is going to be a long 4 years for the Democrats, or let's just call them commie-crats, because that is exactly what they are. Case in point, $500 million paid to NPR, or what is it, the parent NGO or nonprofit that runs NPR and some of the other public radio broadcasts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
$500 million for them to turn around and spew propaganda at us. I quit watching them in like 2018, 19 when they got rid of that guy from Camp Wellbegone because he touched some woman's back.
Garrison Keillor.
Yeah. No, fuck that. Now, once they're going to keep doing this, they're going to go to the Pentagon. And they need to follow the money. You need to go after these people who've been on the dole, being corrupt, and burn them all to the ground. And I'm going to be honest, this is far beyond just standard corruption. This is economic warfare. This is treason. If they would have kept doing this, we would have been bankrupt by 2035. Just let that sink in. They literally were financing the implosion of this great country. When Steve and I talked about the NGOs that were all the way down at the Fulton Gap, bringing whole, parades of illegals up here to come across the border, they were all housed, fed, led, guided, and I'm sure a lot of palms were greased in countries along the way to allow them to come through. And all of that was our tax dollars. Every single one of those NGOs, their board needs to be criminally charged for, at a minimum, fraud, waste, and abuse of the tax dollars. And I would go as far as to say treason. If they're American citizens and they have allegiance to this country, fuck them. This is the beginning. This is just the tip of the spear. And this spear is going all the way down to kill the humpback whale called Moby Dick, or the Moby Democrats. Right? And I'm talking about the rhinos as well. Okay, let's just be honest. The rhinos and the Democrats, in my opinion, are all on the same sheet of music. We need to investigate all of these people in the government who've been in there for the past 10 years. Hell, let's go back 15 years. If somebody did one term and got out, investigate his ass too. Because if they left office with any of our ill-gotten gain tax dollars, they should be prosecuted. We can't play nice with this. We need to set the example and burn some people to the motherfucking ground. All right? That is my monologue. I've been going on for about 5 minutes. My blood pressure is already going up. I should probably start drinking. Just saying.
Here, let me help you with that. Bolshevik.
Mm.
um, Jimmy's not here to push the buttons right now, and I'm not fast enough at it, so we're going to forego that for the moment. Look, all of this stuff with all of these things, we've been talking about this for years. We've all known this is going on. I'm going to start tonight by addressing all of the other countries out there who are experiencing these homosexual agendas, these mutilation of children agendas, these agendas that like Ireland being invaded right now by Africans, by the Boer being slaughtered by Africans down in South Africa. All of these things that are going on. All of you other countries out there, I want you to listen up. Diplomatic immunity is a courtesy. If you have any State Department individuals from the United States in your countries, please feel free to arrest them and then deport them or
Whatever.
do otherwise as you see fit with them, please, because that's your problem. U.S. State Department personnel, anybody from USAID, anybody from any of the charity organizations that are under the USAID umbrella, all of them are your problem. So please feel free to round them up and then deport them or otherwise at your leisure do whatever applies to the laws of your specific country. And I spent years in service to my country, and I'm sitting here saying this.
Yes.
Use the laws applicable in your country to do what needs to be done, because we can stop this. And the problem, unfortunately, emanates from here.
Yeah, it's a courtesy.
It's a courtesy.
Yeah,
Diplomatic immunity is a courtesy.
Yes. Now, you got to look at that this way. Diplomatic immunity is a courtesy. But what these people have been doing to the entire globe, in my opinion, is a crime.
It is a crime.
If they are pumping money into your economy to help destabilize your government or cause all kinds of social instabilities, that's an act of war. PSYOPs is a military unit, and it's referred to as a military unit because it's an actual weapon of war. And if they're going to be doing PSYOPs in your country, listen, I totally get it if you got to, do what you got to do. But I'm just being honest. That's exactly what it is. Now, I hope to God that Trump and his administration can wrap their head around this and take proper steps. But you're starting to see the cockroaches scramble. You're starting to see all the judges who've been bought and paid for coming to the cockroaches' defense.
No, they're all boiling to the surface now.
Yeah, that's right.
They're all there. It's like when you gas a house for termites and they all come out of the woodwork.
Yep.
And you can see them. That's what's happening right now
And
with all of them.
If there ever was a case for getting rid of this qualified immunity, it's right now. We cannot have these federal judges getting in the way of what the government is trying to do.
It's not in their lane anyway. They don't
know.
have any jurisdiction. I'm busy rounding up the cases for all of that right now.
Uh-huh.
I've got a list of about 24 cases at home of all of the previous precedents where judges have overstepped and are forced to walk back what they're doing. I'm also working on a little dance number I like to call "Fuck Your Federal Income Taxes."
Yep.
Because you can't just tax us and then use it however you want. That's fraud. And guess what? We actually have a right to not be put through that. I have quite an extensive little presentation put together for that. And I'm serious. Why are we paying income taxes to be invaded, murdered, defrauded, stolen from, and have our land and our culture burned around us? That's what they're doing with your tax dollars, and that's what tonight's whole show is all about.
And on top of that, we've got companies like BlackRock using your own retirement funds against you as well.
Yes, that's correct.
You're getting Eiffel Towered from the front and the back.
Yeah.
One with federal tax dollars and one with your own retirement savings.
Yes. By the way, I'm going to throw a quick shout out there to Elon Musk for getting every media talking head on the planet to say hairy balls. That was I'm sorry.
great.
It's a brilliant move.
It was good. It
That's
was good.
fantastic.
Also, we have to give that shout out to that one guy who had his house burned down.
Oh, for crying out loud. Let's grab that right now. Buddy, I got you all over my social media. I'm on 4 different channels. My biggest following is on Gab. I got about 13,000 on there. But here we...
Oh, speaking of Gab, I've been banned from there yet again.
Again, yeah, I know. I saw that. I'm going to pop that open right there. And why am I not seeing a share this tab thing here? What happened? Oh, share screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
So this guy and his kid lost their dog, their house,
Everything,
all of their stuff. I'm going to put the link out. Well, you can see it right here. Just support family after tragic house fire loss.
and I believe he's a veteran.
He is a veteran. Misukadis is his mom. Nina Misukadis is his mom. This guy basically lost everything.
Yeah.
If you have anything that you can contribute, he's in Sanilac, Michigan, I believe. Please help a fellow vet out because it's midwinter and they just lost everything and their dog. That's
fucked up.
We need to help them out if we can. So step up. This was at 1,000 this morning. It's already at 2,000. That's pretty cool. That's a good start. Let's take care of a brother. All right.
And share the link on your social media as well.
Yeah. Yep. I will. I need to get it over there. I'll figure it out in a minute. I'm being a tech tard right now.
Tech tard.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. U.S. campaign. And I have seen people say, it's on GoFundMe. You know what? That's where his mom put it. Just deal with it. Okay. And we'll help him out.
Yeah. I got you. Well, just do what you can do, man. It is what it is. Times are tough. I get it. But,
yep.
It's
this
shit all got burned down. That's fucked up.
This is why we need a producer in the studio. Here is the GoFundMe link. Please, those of you who see that, put it out on the other channels. Throw it wherever you can. Put it on Rumble. Put it on Twitch. Put it on DLive. Put it on MGTOW. Let's help a guy out. And try to keep the hairy balls out of your mouth, okay? Oh, did I say that out loud again? My bad. Meanwhile, over here, we're going to go share this tab instead because this, I really want to see. This is Elon Musk dressed like some sort of predatory flasher in the Oval Office. And he is predatorily flashing his DOGE and taking down office after office. Let's listen to this for just a moment.
Breaking tonight, a busy day in the Oval Office. Appearing alongside President Donald Trump, Elon Musk says he thinks it is possible to cut the U.S. deficit in half by finding waste, fraud, and abuse. They're defending the Department of Government Efficiency as some directives face protests, court battles, and criticism. Earlier today, a key ally from the Middle East met with President Trump in the Oval Office as the president reiterates his plans to control and develop the Gaza Strip. Senior White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich is following it all live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Jackie.
Good evening, Brett. Elon Musk, speaking with the president in the Oval Office, responded to criticism, saying that worker buyouts and funding cuts are not a hostile takeover, but they are the big government reform that the American people voted for. He warned the country would go bankrupt if changes were not made. The president said that he will comply with court orders as legal challenges continue.
Those judges
President Trump compelling agencies to work with the Department of Government Efficiency to begin large-scale reductions in the federal workforce. The executive order limiting 1 new hire for every 4 employees that depart from government service and keeping new hires to essential positions. Musk taking questions on some government payments DOGE has sought to block.
It's not draconian or radical, I think. It's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people?
But DOGE's plans have been held up by court orders. The president saying he will comply.
I always abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But appeals take a long time, and I would hope that a judge if you go into a judge and you show him, here's a corrupt situation, we have a check. I would hope a judge would say, don't send it, give it back to the taxpayer.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there.
I saw that whole interview.
Because, I think a lot of people saw that interview. I want to bring up a fucking point here. These judges, who the hell do they think they are? Seriously, these guys are coming out of the woodwork. They're all Obama judges.
Mhm.
They're all, we have to have this money or starving children in Africa are going to get AIDS and climate change will kill them.
Well, because
I don't care about Derp Click. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. No, I'm not sorry.
because they
Damn
know.
it.
Because they know. We now have an administration who's willing to follow the money.
Yeah.
You can't. The amount of money that has been, three-shelled Monty'd around for the past, I don't even know how long, you can't hide that.
I did all of these maps 3, 4, 5 years ago.
I know.
The BlackRock map, the China Entrepreneur Club map.
Yeah.
The behind the money going behind the universities. There was a guy we were talking to a bunch of months back whose family was involved with the university in Maine. And he said, oh, by the way, this money's coming into the university. It's this little tiny university in Maine, and it's getting millions of dollars. Well, now we know where it's coming from. It's coming from USAID. And they're funneling it through the universities. And I'm going to show people that later. I've got another thing to look at. Another tab that we're going to be looking at, but it's just crazy what they're doing.
Yeah.
And these judges are like, they don't, I'm so fucking flustered right now because they don't have any authority to do this and they know that they don't, but they're just doing as they please because that's what they've been doing for the last 20 years.
Because they can, because of the qualified immunity. Like you can literally, all right, so you appeal the judge. It goes up. They say, okay, no, he's wrong. Nothing ever happens to that judge.
No, but here's the thing, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. It's people's ignorance. It's even lawyers' ignorance of the case law that's out there. I found precedents. These judges can be dealt with. At the very least, their decisions can be shut down. They can be told to shut up.
But let's just put this into perspective.
Dude, I'm fucking hot.
I know. The very bottom of the whole judge fiasco thing is the family court judges. And they have literally been screwing men over, abusing the Constitution, hand over fist since the early 80s, late 70s, and it's only gotten worse. And is anyone fucking surprised that now we have judges near the top who are like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You can't do nothing to me. It needs to fucking be changed. You can't have somebody with that much power and there's nothing you could do to them. Because you know what happens, right? When you don't get justice in the courts, historically speaking, people get that justice outside the courts. And that is a very brutal situation. I don't want to see it happen. But that is where we're going here. We need to get laws in the books so we can make it easier to recall judges, or once they get...
I'm killing you! We have laws on the book.
I know, I'm just saying.
Nobody knows they're there and nobody's enforcing them.
You are correct. But the thing is, that this whole qualified immunity thing, that's not actually a law, is it? It's a precedence, right?
Qualified immunity?
Yes.
I would have to go back and look to see what it is at a federal level. At a state level in Michigan, it is actually law, thanks to our 3 hags of Lansing.
Yeah, but the thing is, it should not take an act of Congress or cutting off an arm and a leg to get these judges off the bench.
Yeah.
And that's just not enough. Like, if these judges on the bench are doing this amount of carnage and damage, they should be able to be sued civilly into the motherfucking Stone Age. Because guess what? They would probably stop doing it then.
So here's the deal. The cases that I've been finding, the precedents that I've been finding, deal with jurisdiction. A judge doesn't have just carte blanche to do whatever a judge wants. Judges have jurisdictions. Their jurisdictions are defined by the office that they sit in. Like a judge from Maryland can't just waltz into a Tennessee courtroom and start doing whatever the hell he wants. He can't do that. Now, here's the big one. These judges don't have any jurisdiction over the executive branch. And in many of the cases, many of these programs were created by fiat. They were created by executive order. They were created by a president and a pen. And the president who is sitting there now has every right to take his pen and uncreate those things. The judges have no jurisdiction.
Yep.
Because it's an executive decision. It's none of their damn business.
Now, listen, I understand. There's a lot of people working in the bloated government who are going to find themselves unemployed, and that sucks.
I don't care.
I get it. Hear me out.
Okay.
It sucks. I get it. All right. I understand.
I don't care.
But we have to look at it this way. What do you think is going to happen by 2035 if this country goes bankrupt? It's going to be a free-for-all. It will be incredibly ugly because civil wars always are. And it's going to start off the first 6 months or so, people, settling grudges. And then it's going to go into organizations, maybe tribal. It'll probably break along, racial lines. And that's not going to go well at all for anyone. And all because we have a bunch of judges who are literally abusing their power, running top cover for the corrupt cockroaches who've been running this country for, I don't know, since Carter. Because if you think the Bushes were any different, you're out of your mind. Obama or Obama, yeah. He was all working for the deep state. All of the shit he did, when you look at it now, with a little wisdom and time under your belt, that's exactly what he was doing. He got
that's a good point right there. I don't know if you realize that you made the point. Obama was working for the deep state. If you think these people are the penultimate in charges, you're sadly mistaken. There are powers over them. There have been powers over a lot of this for a lot of time.
Correct. And we need to listen. And if they follow the money, they'll be able to find who they are, and then we could take steps to deal with it. Because guess what? This right wave that took over here in America, it's happening in Europe as well.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And if you think us, the alt-right here is bad, you just wait until the Europe alt-right gets up and running. Because historically speaking, they don't play around.
Hugo Boss suits for everybody.
I'm just saying. It's bullshit. And oh man, oh my God. Like for instance, like you brought up Ireland.
Yeah.
They could easily follow the money and figure out who was flipping the money switch to make all of that happen.
Yep.
Who got paid off? Because people in the English government, the UK or UK, whatever you want to call it, have been bribed to make that happen.
Couple of points on Ireland really quick.
Okay.
As soon as U.S. aid fell, there was news coming out of Ireland. I monitor a whole bunch of different news channels. There was one of the Catholic charities from the United States that's been operating in Ireland for years have been taking money from U.S. aid. And the second U.S. aid's spigot got turned off, all of a sudden the Irish news is like, oh, this Catholic aid agency can't help immigrants anymore. And so we've got a U.S. Catholic aid organization in Ireland funneling Africans into Ireland as an invasion force. They're all young males, all of them. And this is U.S.-led, U.S. money, pumping these people into Africa, or from Africa into Ireland, and funding the whole thing. There are people in Ireland right now, there's a couple on Twitter that are going, Ireland will be gone in 4 or 5 years if this keeps up.
Yep.
There will be no more Irish. There will be no more Ireland. That's the goal. This is a freaking race war. This is a color war. It's a color revolution. They've done it. They did it in Rhodesia. They're doing it in South Africa. South Africa's almost gone. France, for crying out loud. All of the former colonies, all of those people, any of the former white or European settlers who were there have been pretty much eliminated. I've been to Algeria. They're gone. They're not there.
Yep.
And that's what's happening here in the United States now. What do you think DEI is about? Why do you think all of your lawyers are other than whites? Why do you think all of you go to a doctor now?
Yep.
Go to a doctor's office and find me a white doctor.
It's pretty hard.
Okay. Up until 1968, the United States of America was a 90% white country. It just was. Ireland was all Irish. What a crazy idea. Britain was all Brits to the tune of something like 97, 98%. You're going to have people from other countries. It's normal. It's called trade. It's called cultural exchange.
Yeah, but when you're bringing people in who don't bring any value to that country, and all they do is detract from the home culture,
yes,
that's a problem.
Yep. Now let's take a look at how all of that shit is going down. Let's take a look at foreignassistance.gov. I've brought this map up before.
Yes.
$68 billion in obligations, 15,000 different activities in 214 countries and regions. Look at this. This is the countries that we give your tax dollars to.
And let's be honest. They probably don't have all of the databases because they've been hidden.
Yeah.
Now that we're
starting to find them.
Once we start really getting into this audit and those numbers make it into the public eye, you're going to see this radically change.
$990 million to Congo. $631 million to Tanzania. $846 million to Kenya. $1 billion. $1 billion to Somalia. $500 million to Ethiopia.
And let's just be honest. Do you think all of that money is going to these countries? No.
It's not going to the people.
It's being siphoned off to do whatever nefarious purposes they're doing with it.
Generous kickbacks as well.
And you can follow the money. You can follow all that money.
Yeah. This map is at foreignassistance.gov. You could go through it and explore it yourself. The links, as always, are in the meat gaze.
Did we send anything to Australia?
No. If it's gray, it's not getting any money.
Okay.
Note that the United States of America is gray on this map.
Yes.
Your taxpayer dollars are not going to you at all.
This is so annoying.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part, or the sad part, is we've all known this has been going on for about 25 years-ish. And we've always brought it up, and we've had all of these presidents and senators, I'm going to clean up the swamp, and they've done virtually nothing.
I just noticed this.
What?
Look over on the right sector at the top: economic development, humanitarian existence, peace and security, health, program support, managing agency.
What's that? I can't read it.
USAID.
Ah, yeah.
They are the primary managing agency for all of this. The other one is Department of State.
And here's another thing about USAID. They literally started ignoring Congress like 20 years ago.
Yes, they have done as they please. State Department does exactly the same thing.
Yeah, and they've actually threatened senators.
Yes, that is correct.
Who are trying to get accountability.
Yes.
All right, so I'm just telling you, the USAID needs to get burned to the ground.
Yep.
They probably have to go through the State Department and get rid of all of those.
No, State Department's a rogue agency too.
Yeah.
It acts as its own damn entity. It acts like a freaking mafia.
Then they need to go through that as well.
Yeah.
And start firing people.
Yep.
Listen, all right, let's go back to Benghazi.
Okay.
All right. So when you read the news, you know, they say he died of smoke inhalation. All right.
I know that's not true.
When you go and read the papers that came out the next day in the Middle East, like Turkey and some of the other surrounding nations, he was fucking gang raped.
Yep.
And then executed.
Yep.
And we didn't even talk about it here in this media, our mainstream media, because it's been bought and paid for.
Yep. Completely covered.
Completely covered up. I would like to see Trump actually reinvestigate the Benghazi, release all of the notes to the general public unredacted so everyone can take a bite of that shit sandwich and get as pissed off as I am about it.
I'll tell you where to find the Benghazi files. I happen to know exactly where they would be. The Benghazi files are in an AFRICOM SCIF. That's the Africa Command for U.S. military forces. A SCIF is a secure classified information facility. During the course of events in Benghazi, there would have been SIGINT reporting. There would have been regular SIGINT reporting on that event. I know I did that exact thing for quite a while.
We had Rumor on the show.
There would be a minimum of 6 reports on that whole incident, starting with the initial attack and then the breaches and then the guys getting killed and then the ambassador getting killed and so on and so forth. All of that would be in the AFRICOM SCIF and would all be in the form of intelligence reports, the names of which I can't really go into in great detail. But they're all there. And I guarantee you that Hillary Clinton and every other member of the United States government above a certain level knew
exactly what happened,
because there's a report that has to go out in 3 minutes and it's 1 line long. And you've got to convey the meat of the Benghazi embassy under attack would be the initial report.
Yep.
That's got to go out in 3 minutes. And when you push that button, it goes to director of CIA, director of DIA, director of the NSA, Joint Chiefs of Staff, the National Security Council, the president, the vice president, the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of Defense when you push that one button on that 1 3-minute report. I know I issued one.
Yep. And Rumor, Senior Dick Fitzwell, Rumor, was actually in, the Mediterranean Air Command.
He was with the QRF under Ham?
No, he wasn't in the QRF. He was actually working in where all of the screens are and you manage all of the flights around the Mediterranean. I don't know the name of it.
CENTCOM.
But he had real live drone footage into that command area. Saw everything going down in real time. They invited everyone to leave who didn't have a certain clearance except him. He was like, the general's like, no, or the colonel's like, no, you're staying here. You talk Army. What's going on here? And he watched in real time as mortars landed and killed the security personnel. People get dragged out of buildings, all kinds of fucked up shit happening. And he actually, there was a full bird over in Italy who was going to literally put I believe it was 1 or 2 companies of paratroopers on the ground, and he was relieved for cause on the air.
They were going to release the QRF at 173rd.
Yes.
There's a task force at, I can't remember where it is. My brain keeps wanting to say Sigonella, but that's wrong. That's the Navy installation there. I forget where the Special Operations Task Force is, but 173rd Airborne is there, and elements of, I think, 5th or 7th Group.
I think it's 5th. I don't think it's 7th. 7th is South America. Last I knew.
Okay.
They could have changed their mission. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know exactly which group. I just know that there's SOF there. There's Green Berets there. And when we went through there on our way to Algeria, there was also an element of combat support personnel, otherwise known as SFODD.
You mean CAG?
CAG.
Yeah.
CAG. Is that what they're called now? CAG?
CAG. Combat Action Group?
Yeah, Combat Action Group. Combat Support Team.
Or Delta.
Or
That's just allegedly. Yeah. They do exist. I'm sorry. I didn't sign any non-disclosures to say they didn't exist. So they exist.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway.
But this has been going on for a long time.
Yes. This has all been going on for a very, very long.
And all of the senators, all of the Democrats who are fighting this whole thing, they need to be primaried the fuck out of there. Because this is just crazy. I would like to see the FCC pull the broadcasting licenses for CBS, NBC, CNN, MSNBC.
Yep.
And there's a lot of this USAID money that went to them as well. Like you can literally implicate the entire media outlet that's really been focused on us. And Obama got rid of the Muntz Act, which was a law on the books to prevent this from happening.
Yes.
Gee. So he was a senator for like one term, and all of a sudden he's running for president, and they doctored his birth certificate, because I don't believe that shit now.
What?
That he was an American citizen, or he was
There's
born
no
in the
reason
United
to
States.
believe it.
I don't believe it.
There's a ton of evidence that he was Kenyan.
Yeah. He should not have even been sitting in that seat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I can't believe it's all an illusion. And it's about time we all woke up, because this is our fucking country at stake here. It truly is.
What's left of it at this point?
Yeah, you're correct.
There's a lot of work to do. If we want to put it back together, there's a lot of work.
And listen, a lot of people are going to get pissed. You're going to have to break a few eggs. There's going to be some people that get caught, dragged along, that are totally innocent. I got you. When you put a dragnet out that big for all of this bullshit that's going on, unfortunately, some people are going to get sucked into it.
Yep.
And I hope we can weed them out towards the end, but that's just the way it is. There's so many people who've been on the taxpayer dole secretly that it's going to take a huge effort to fix this.
It isn't even secretly. It's through bureaucratic, apathetic sloth. Strangely, the author Douglas Adams wrote about this in his book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, when he described the Vogon bureaucracy.
Yes.
In space that was so convoluted and so labyrinthine and so Byzantine. There's a good word for you. You want to have some fun, read about the Emperor Justinian's laws in the Byzantine Empire. That's where the word Byzantine comes from. Procopius wrote The Secret Histories about the Emperor Justinian and his whore wife Theodora. No, really, she was a prostitute. Anyway, these bureaucrats multiply and nobody cares because nobody's paying attention as this bureaucracy goes, oh, well, we need an office here. Boop. And then this office goes, well, we need an office here. Boop.
Yep.
And then these offices all go, oh, we need offices here. Boop, 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 boop.
It's cancer.
It's cancer.
It's cancer.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what the cancer looks like, well, it looks like this. Guess what this is? This is where all your money went. Now, this is interesting.
This isn't even all of it either.
No, not even fucking close. Not even fucking close. Fidelity Investments.
You got to go in a little closer. I can't read that.
That's because you're old and your shit doesn't work.
You're right. You're right.
Fidelity Investments Charitable Gift Fund. Okay. The ACO Charitable Foundation. Look at these gross receipts. Tax funds, 0. Well, why? See these arrows, the direction that the arrows point in? You got all of these charities here, and look at all the money moving around in the lines. This is craziness. What the fuck is going on? Jewish Community Foundation of Greater Metro West New Jersey somehow getting gross receipts of $216 million. They're not getting any tax funds though, or taxpayer funds though. And you come over here, you got Vanguard Charitable Endowment Program. $17 billion. Wow, crazy. No tax funds. What's going on? Let's back out and let's go up here.
Yep. Follow the money.
And watch this.
Oh, shit.
They're funneling it through the universities, which is what I've been talking about for months.
Yeah. Do you think it's a coincidence that these universities have had for the past 3.5 decades 2/3 of your degree useless bullshit that you don't need?
Yep.
It's called indoctrination.
Yeah, and they're you know what? I'm going to leave this up here so everybody can have a good look at that. This is what they're doing. They funnel it because nobody's going to question it. Oh, well, they're sending it to universities. That's got to be a good thing, right? Gosh, American Israel Education Foundation is $119 million. The Bessemer Giving Fund, $348 million. But it's all coming out. Why is it all coming out of the universities? Because nobody pays attention to the universities. Nobody pays attention.
Yep.
If you're giving money to a university, that's, normal.
Yeah.
That's normal. But why Columbia University? Does anybody remember? Hey, my new tool where we can, I'm going to pull this up real quick here because I'm kind of proud of this. Share this tab instead. You can see on the side over here all of the dates of all of the shows. We're going to be able to jump back and forth between shows and talk about shit that we talked about.
Yes. I like it.
I like it too. Let's go back to this one. Share
Boomerang
this tab.
bitching.
We will be able to boomerang bitch, which will be great. Columbia University, 1932, run by a guy named Max Horkheimer, who was a Marxist. And he welcomed to Columbia University a guy named Herbert Marcuse, who is one of the founders of the Frankfurt School. So you ask yourself, why Columbia University? Well, I'll tell you why, because that is, wait for it, Bolshevik Central. That's where it all starts, is Columbia University. That's where Max Horkheimer and Herbert Marcuse introduced America to real serious Marxian garbage, and where they started to rot the entire United States education system from. There are two other places that exist that most people do not know about. Everybody thinks Rosa Parks is some great activist. She's not. She's literally a Marxist creation, and she came out of what's called the Highlander Center in Tennessee. Look up the Highlander Center in Tennessee. I want you to look up the Highlander Center in Tennessee. While you're at it, look up the Blue Mountain Retreat. These are the two hidden Marxist schools in the United States of America, founded by people who came out of Columbia University. That's where they're taking all of our tax dollars and they're funneling it through these organizations, and they create people like Rosa Parks. She's a fiction. That happened in 1953, I think it was, right?
I don't remember, but she was an actual person, right?
She was an actual person, but the woman that wouldn't give up her seat was a 17-year-old black woman in Georgia.
Okay. I've never heard this.
I know, nobody's heard this. Rosa Parks, the woman in Georgia, wanted nothing to do with it. She's like, I'm done. It happened. We're through here. So the Highlander Center in Tennessee had a young woman named Rosa Parks who was new to their Marxist thing, and she loved it, thought it was great. And they set up a situation where she was going to duplicate what happened in Georgia with the 17-year-old woman.
Okay.
And then she became this big civil rights hero. There's a thing that nobody caught.
Such as?
And when you stop, take a step back and look at it, all of those photos of the incident, it was 1953. Nobody had one of these. People didn't walk around with cameras. A camera was a family thing that you might take to the beach or pull out during a wedding.
Okay, yeah.
Nobody walked around with cameras in their hands.
Unless you're in media.
Or staging an event.
Ah, PSYOP.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Rosa Parks is a complete fucking psyop.
All right.
And somebody threw the name of the original there, Claudette Kelvin.
All right, so stand by. Okay, so this is what's going on. Not only has the mainstream media been screwing all of you, but big tech has been screwing us.
Speaking of funds.
We are now operating on a shoestring budget, which will lace up one shoe. So any amount of money you send in for super chats or what have you goes a long way to keep this thing rolling forward. So, yeah, it's kind of sad. We used to actually make decent ad revenue on this channel back when I was just doing like red pill, MGTOW content, men's rights stuff. But because of the adpocalypse, and I am very unliked out there because I do annoying things like tell the truth, lead from the front, and by example, they're punishing me and my entire staff, and that's just the way it is. So any bit you can send in will go a long way. Thank you in advance. Let's continue.
I think you have an actual physical enemy at YouTube. I think there's an actual person at YouTube who goes, "Fuck that guy."
You're not wrong.
I think that's the case there. It's Pop hasn't been able to buy new D&D figures for years now. It's true. It's true. Think about that. Look how sad he is. Sad face. I need a sad. Thank you. Anyway, Jesus Christ on a bicycle. So there's that lovely map. And
you're not seeing any of this on the mainstream media. I don't think any other podcasters are going into this kind of detail either.
This map was sent to me by a viewer that I cannot identify because that viewer has managed to infiltrate a place.
Okay.
And that's as much as I can say.
So we got a guy indirectly on the inside.
This individual that I have not identified, this individual has infiltrated a place where if this individual was caught, the individual would be screwed and never work again.
Okay. Gotcha.
But, yeah. And so this individual sent me this last night.
On the QT?
On the QT.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But it is obviously from
and that guy that was
source.
And that guy we had on the show from FEMA?
Oh, he died.
He died.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So
we got to notice that he died.
Is that a coincidence? Maybe. But the stakes are so high now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to ask the question.
I don't know. You have to ask the question.
Have to ask a question. There's no question. There's no question that the question needs to be asked. Pursuant to the Consumer Financial Protection Act, I have notified the Federal Reserve that Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will not be taking its next draw of unappropriated funding because it is not reasonably necessary to carry out its duties. The Bureau's current balance of $711 million is in fact excessive in the current fiscal environment. This spigot, long contributing to the CFPB's unaccountability, is now being turned off. What is the CFPB?
Aren't they the ones that do the funding for PBS and NPR?
They also were the ones who were responsible for all of the debanking. They were the ones going around giving the orders to debank people. And then when that caught on as a cool thing to do, and people like you got debanked, and Blake
and his wife.
Blake's a wedding photographer, for fuck's sake. They debanked him because...
And his wife. Yeah. And she wasn't involved in anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
At all.
At all.
That's where this was coming, CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which turned out to be a freaking government financial hit squad that could take out any of your banking ability at will, remove your ability to bank, period.
What is it called? CF what?
CFPB, Charlie Fox, Papa Bravo.
Excuse me. Okay, CFPB. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that gave the orders for all the debanking?
Yes.
Because if I recall, in 2021, Blake and I were ripping ass into the whole COVID vax crazy shit.
Yes. And anybody who spoke out against that got smoked.
Yes. And I'm going to be waging my own administrative violence against them, so I'll keep you all posted.
Outstanding.
I'm not even fucking around.
Outstanding. So we're over here. Slay News can be a little sketchy, but in this case, there's so much meat on the bone that even the sketchy sites are getting everything right. As President Donald Trump's administration continues to expose alarming levels of deep state corruption in the federal government, details are beginning to emerge to reveal who has been benefiting from this unprecedented misuse of American taxpayer money, and it is, of course, the usual suspects. Trump asked Elon Musk's DOGE to investigate and eliminate fraud, waste, abuse from federal agencies. These investigations have exposed shocking abuses. This is my shocked face. These investigations have exposed shocking abuses. As Slay News reported, DOGE has uncovered evidence showing that U.S. aid has been wasting billions of dollars in taxpayer money on fraudulent foreign schemes and domestic schemes. Even more disturbingly, U.S. aid has been using tax dollars against the American people by funding leftist corporate media propaganda efforts and bioweapons research. So we have treason on a mass scale, and all these government employees like, you can't fire me, that's mean. Keep it up, and we're going to fit you for an orange jumpsuit and a hemp necklace. Okay.
After you've been convicted.
Well, naturally, that's
Yeah,
where the
naturally.
orange jumpsuit comes in.
All right, gotcha.
That's why I didn't just go right for the hemp.
I know, but listen, this is a really that's the only word I can attach to this is treason.
Yes, it is treason.
It is the only word that
treason.
fits. And I would love to see President Trump take the gloves off and start throwing around the T word.
Yeah, these are it is treason. And one of the other things that's terrifying about this is these are government agencies. These are federal United States government agencies that have been acting of their own accord to commit acts of war in foreign countries. Because when you invade a foreign country with hundreds of thousands of third world foreign persons, in the case of Ireland, France, the United Kingdom,
Italy,
Sweden, Italy,
Hungary,
you
Bulgaria.
are waging war on those countries. They're over there waging war in your name with your tax dollars. It's treason.
Yeah, they're literally, it's a meat invasion.
Yeah, it is. It's human carpet bombing. I've been calling it human carpet bombing for going on 14 years now.
It's exactly what it is.
Since it started in 2011 in Europe. The first wave started.
And if you really want to start, really fucking people up, you follow the money, you go after the guys in the middle, and then you say, if you roll on people, it only gets better for you.
Yep.
And listen, these people thought it was an easy payday, easy money. All I got to do is just turn the other way, la, la, la. And all of a sudden, wait a minute, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. Oh, shit. Who do I tell on to keep that from happening?
Yeah, they'll start flipping. They'll start flipping as soon as they start handing out orange pantsuits and prison loaf.
Yeah,
they're going to start flipping.
In fact, when I was watching the interview today with Elon, Elon had his little child with him.
That was hysterical. The kid was dressed better than he was.
Yeah, it was. I literally could hear thousands of people's asshole slamming shut at warp speed.
Yeah.
Especially when he's like, well, this person only gets paid this amount of dollars and they're worth over $27 million. I'm like, oh, shit.
I liked it when the senator from Louisiana was reading about he was on C-SPAN reading through all of the PBS and and public broadcasting.
They're fucked.
$374,000 a year for their chief diversity officer.
Yes.
Announcers getting $500,000 a year. And this is all on taxpayer money.
Yeah.
PBS and all of the public broadcasting, all of that stuff comes from your tax dollars. If you go back through the archives of any of those shows, you will find that they are 99.95% left-leaning, absolute Bolshevik garbage 24/7. And it's coming out of your tax dollars. Again, I'm working on a project right now to get people to understand that we don't have to pay those federal taxes under these circumstances. I'm not saying stop paying your taxes right now because that'll make the IRS upset and everybody will get their door kicked. And oh gosh, that sounds a lot like debtor's prison to me.
Yeah, it does. Kind of like child support.
Or indentured servitude where you can never pay off the debt. That's odd.
Anyway,
that's an entirely different thing.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Okay, so as you guys know, I've been trying to fight this suicide thing that's been going on in the military for the past quarter of a century. Now, we operate on a shoestring budget. There's no money in hope doing this. I got it. But what little money I did have, I literally approached Military Times and Stars and Stripes. Now, Military Times covers Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Stars and Stripes, they've been around since towards the end of World War I. Okay, now I'm literally trying to buy advertising in their papers, and they would not allow me to do it because I'm politically incorrect. But I'm getting results. I mean, I'm one fucking guy. I have a Blake as producer. I got Battle Dwarf here. He and I have been in this since the very beginning. I'm one fucking dude. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a counselor. But somehow, just fucking around, we're up to 557 lives saved. If I could just break out of this fucking censorship bubble that I'm in, I could raise this number astronomically. I believe I can. and they won't even allow me to buy advertising. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In a capitalist environment where you need money to stay in business, why would you turn away somebody willing to give you money for advertising? It's because they don't need that money because they're getting it through the back door.
There's a double entendre.
That's exactly what's happening. Like, oh no, we don't need to sell him any advertising because we're making our money over here.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Fuck the troops.
Yeah.
Let them fucking die.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Stars and Stripes, Military Times, let that shit rot on the fucking shelf because they don't give a fuck about you. That's just my opinion, of course.
Yep.
But it literally it's all coming into focus now. Am I off base?
No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. A troll has found its way to Rumble, and I'm having fun watching the moderators just absolutely burn it down.
What's he doing?
It's just your standard issue troll.
I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, good. Go. You can troll me all you want. Okay, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. We like it when you trolls come on, as a matter of fact, because it's entertainment for our audience. So you're not really accomplishing anything other than encouraging us to purchase more popcorn.
And we're just telling the truth, man.
There you go.
That's it.
Look, all of this stuff, our taxpayer dollars going to all of these things is insanity. It's like endless. There's so much crap.
You put the thing back up on the screen when you can't see it.
The thing back up on the screen. I'm changing a tab.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Hang on. I'm changing.
You're showing the schematic.
I'm changing my pants.
The flow chart of insanity.
I'm changing my pants. It's. I need to stop. Look, while we're at it, by the way, if you are out there, big country, if you are out there and listening, if I'm not mistaken, we may have number 558.
Yeah, we're just waiting on this write-up.
If that is the case, hit me back up on Fetty. We were talking the other night, and let's talk a little more and see if you want to become number 558, because there's a slot open and it sounds like your name is on it, man. Which would be really cool, because that's one more brother we saved from the freaking.
And it's getting to the point where we have to read every single one, and we have to put them in a file, because at some point somebody's be like, "You guys are lying."
We're going to. Pop and I were discussing this right before the show. We're going to gather all the information together on what we've saved, what the VA hasn't done, and even the military newspapers are saying VA hasn't saved a single life.
They've made no headway at all,
and now they've got all of this money freed up. Mm-hmm. So we're seriously going to approach them and say, look, fund us. We'll save guys. We'll save guys all goddamn day. That's all we want to do is save lives. That's it.
Yeah,
that's our whole.
And I'm not going to
freaking.
I'm not going to write your prescription. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, you had a problem with your family and all kinds of fucking past trauma. No. You're going to get the sick, twisted grunt fucking humor that has saved grunts since, I don't know, forever.
Yep.
And it works.
Absolutely correct. And we know that it works, because here we are. Jeez, oh, Pete. Oh, somebody got the damn button-pushing monkey out of the broom closet.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's happening, guys?
How's it going?
You got here a little earlier. You usually hear about 9:15.
Yeah.
I was able to cut out early. Fucking freezing my nuts off out. -7 with the wind, so that's
nice.
Lovely.
It is currently a brisk 24 degrees here, which is not too shabby. So in this tweet here, this is real Robert. I'm not exactly certain who he is, but this is interesting. And this is the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, John Ratliff. The FBI was ordered by Barack Obama not to arrest Hillary Clinton for espionage in violation of 18 U.S. Code 793. Write that down for me, because I'm not familiar with 793. 18 U.S. Code 793. I'm not familiar with that. That's espionage. Treason is 2381. Misprision of treason is 2382. Conspiracy is 2383, and so forth. There's a whole list of them. Gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. In fact, James Comey effectively served as Hillary Clinton's personal attorney. James Comey said, "What I can assure the American people is this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear." Bullshit.
Yep.
CIA Director John Ratliff said Lisa Page confirmed to me under oath that the FBI was ordered by the Obama DOJ not to consider charging Hillary Clinton for gross negligence in the handling of classified information. Transcript excerpt of his interview with Page. John Ratliff. So let me, if I can, I know I'm testing your memory, but when you say advice you got from the department, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors and we're telling you we're not going to. Miss Page, that is correct.
Did Hillary get a pardon from the dictator-in-chief before he left?
I do not know. I do not know if Hillary Clinton got a pardon. Was somebody out there throw a quick search out for us and see if Hillary Clinton got a pardon? Oh, button pushing monkey, you're on station. Jimmy, can you
On it.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Jimmy will be able to handle that one. So on top of all of the money that's getting flushed around, we've got these rogue organizations, FBI, USAID, CIA, the State Department, telling prosecutors not to prosecute treason, espionage, sedition, and misprison. Misprison is a felony crime that requires a crime. Okay? Misprison means that you are in a position of power or authority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there's an article for this in UCMJ as well. You're in a position of power or authority. You become aware of a crime. And not only do you do nothing about it, but you help to make sure that nobody else does anything about it as well.
I think we refer to that as undue command influence.
No, it's called misprison.
Yeah.
There is an actual line item for misprison of felony in UCMJ.
All right. I mean, when I dropped IG complaints, it was undue command influence. When you had commanders,
no, there's that as well. They're both. They're two different things.
Because I dropped all kinds of IG complaints on Dina and her cronies for the fucked up shit she was doing.
There was all kinds of stuff. I saw a lot of that. What you were doing was just like, holy ass ball monkeys.
That's where I got my black belt in administrative violence.
That's crazy. So Politico, which is a reliably left-wing organization, puts this fun little article out. Foreign aid freeze results in mass layoffs that could crash the industry. Thousands of U.S. workers in the foreign development field are being furloughed or laid off as the industry coffers run dry. Nobody cares. Fuck you.
Yep. Look, I'm sorry this is happening, but
I'm not. I'm not.
You're working for a corrupt,
cancerous
arm of the government.
You knew or should have known that what you were doing is wrong. Period. The Trump administration's halt on foreign aid is starting to hollow out international development groups and private federal contractors that carry out aid missions abroad. It threatens to cause lasting U.S. damage to U.S. engagement, long-lasting damage to U.S. engagement around the world. Nobody cares. Nobody's entitled to the U.S. money. We're not your nursemaid. You're feel for.
Look, we're tired of being the police. We're tired of being your nursemaid. We're tired of paying for your medicine. We're tired of paying for your food. All right. At some point, you need to come off the tit and take care of your fucking self. We have our own shit to deal with now. We are literally 7 years away from being bankrupt if we don't get a handle on this. Yeah. And then guess what's going to really happen? World War fucking III. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. Execute a half right face and fuck off in that direction, please. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Last month, the State Department ordered an immediate pause on U.S. foreign aid for 90 days and issued stop work orders on nearly all existing foreign assistance awards. This swift decision has effectively left many government contractors and global aid providers, including groups that provide HIV/AIDS care, provide child health care services, set up education programs, fight food insecurity. What the fuck is food insecurity? Get out of here. and counter disinformation and developing. Oh, so it's a propaganda operation struggling to operate or pay their workers. I don't care about AIDS in Africa. I don't care about starving children in Africa. I know that's tough. I'm sorry. Wow.
It's called Darwin.
It's sort your own. Look, did I say this last week? I think I recall saying this last week. Africa has had all of humankind's time on Earth to unfuck itself. All of the time of humanity to unfuck itself, and it has not.
There you go.
What do you want? God. You just figured out sticks, for fuck's sake. 8 U.S.-based individuals who work in the foreign aid sector all granted anonymity due to concerns about retaliation from the administration told Politico that the foreign aid freeze has undermined their ability to carry out global aid efforts. Too fucking bad. It's not your money.
That's right.
Some predict that thousands of foreign aid professionals across the industry may soon be out of work. Goodbye. See ya. Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. I can't even begin to describe how cataclysmic it is. Everyone is furloughing or just laying off staff. It's almost 5,000 people, and it's just starting.
Can you say goodbye in Chinese, Japanese, and Korean?
再见.
Is that all three?
안녕하세요. Japanese is not coming to me right now. Oh, sayonara. There you go. Yeah.
Dude,
there you go.
Now listen, I'm going to put this in the next rewrite of my book, The Warrior's Way and Soldier's Soul. Mercy is cheap. Compassion is infinitely expensive.
Yes.
Because there's no ending to compassion. Because the minute you try to end it, like, you don't have any compassion, and you like guilt and blame you to just keep going. This is fucking ludicrous. I mean, Sam Kinison used to make jokes about the starving in Africa because they live where the sand is. Live where there is no sand.
Wait a minute. Africa is the most bountiful continent on the entire fucking ball of mud.
The bottom 2/3.
Oh, just the bottom 2/3? You mean the part that's the size of the entire United States of America?
Yes.
The bottom 2/3. Okay. Don't live in the sand. Don't live in the desert unless you're a Tuareg, which is a tribe in Africa that somehow has managed to live in the middle of the damn desert, and they're the only ones who can go back and forth across the Sahara.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I'm serious, they've had all of human civilization, and they've gotten as far as sticks and grass huts.
Yeah.
I can't help you at this point. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're a sunsetter culture. You're done.
Dunzo.
Sorry. It's
now,
rough.
listen, I know people out there like, these guys are just so fucking savage. They have no mercy or compassion.
Oh, it's so racism.
Listen, I'm just sick and tired of paying for it.
Yeah.
We're literally,
I don't want him dead. I just don't want to pay for it.
Yeah. I don't wish any ill on anyone. I'm just tired of fucking paying for it. I'm tired of sending our young men to go out there and get maimed and killed and disfigured for you. I'm sick and tired of having to fucking fork over money to you.
Yep.
Step over homeless people, watch homeless veterans get fucked up by the elements while we have people coming across the border hand over fist and getting a bunch of free shit on our fucking dime.
No more blood and treasure.
Off.
No more blood and treasure for these people. No.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
No. Fuck all the way off. Thank you for playing. Have a nice day.
Yep. Now, listen, just because I don't want to pay for it doesn't make me an evil person. No. I mean, I would love to live in a culture where you could walk up to a control panel, yell, say I want a cup of Earl Grey, and then it mysteriously appears. That would be awesome.
Yep.
We don't live in that world. And we will probably never be able to live in that world because that kind of technology is the equivalent to the Big fucking Bang. And that was a really blowout when it first happened. So there you go.
Well, I was able to bring up a website stating the Hillary Clinton pardons.
Has she been pardoned?
If you guys go to justice.gov
right?
Actually, you know what? We'll do this even better way. Present, share screen. You will come to this website here, and this goes all the way from Joseph Biden from 21 to 25. So assuming
Control F, Hillary.
Control F, R-E. 0 signs.
She's got no pardon.
She's
I
fucked.
wonder if there's a reason behind that.
Yeah, I hope they fucking. I
would love to see that.
They need. I don't care how fucking old she is. Put her in fucking prison along with her fucking husband.
Yep. I would love to see her in a fucking.
Well,
orange
their
jumpsuit.
daughter got like what 74 or $82 million.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They're all all the Clintons should be, tried for fucking fraud at a minimum.
Yeah.
All of them. They need to fuck all the way off.
Just so that everybody knows, us here at redonkulas.com, we are not suicidal. So if we do end up with a shotgun blast, 2 shotgun blasts to the chest and
one to the back,
strung up from the tree, that
wasn't us.
Wasn't
That
us.
wasn't us.
That definitely wasn't us.
No, but you know what? We need to get a bigger version of that flow chart and update it at least every other week, because it's only gonna get added to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on. I'm trying to cut a little time out now that I've got a new job where I can get some of that stuff going. I'm also reading an average of a book every 2 days right now. So
yeah,
which is taxing.
You're a better man than I.
And where are we here?
I just think about shit all the time. I don't sleep.
That's fine. Another person who works for a USAID contractor said looking at their projects and budgets, there is no way to sustain themselves for even a fraction of the 90-day pause period. It's not a pause if there are no pieces to be picked up when you want to resume. It would be like pausing feeding your dog for 90 days. No, it wouldn't, because your dog deserves to live and you don't. Secretary of State, did I say that? Sorry, my bad. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has issued a waiver allowing for life-saving humanitarian assistance to continue. What life-saving humanitarian assistance?
All right, now let's just get this straight.
Okay.
All right, the HIV drugs.
Yes.
We're pretty much paying for all that. Do you know how expensive that stuff is?
Yes.
All right. If you were in the United States and you needed to take HIV drugs, you wouldn't be able to afford it.
You're not getting any USAID funding, I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, you couldn't afford it.
Yep.
You have to have top of the line insurance or, be in Medicaid or Medicare, most likely Medicaid. And if you use Medicaid, by the time you die, they take all your assets away. So it's not free.
Yes.
But somehow we've got all these people in Africa. We're paying for all their medications. I'm sorry. I'm tired of paying for it.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm sorry. You're infected with a horrible disease. I got it. It's a terrible thing.
Look, there's like Liberia, literally a quarter of the country of Liberia is HIV positive.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing something wrong. Stop putting your dick in that.
Yeah.
Don't do it. God.
Yeah. It sucks, man. But again, we can't afford it, and I'm tired of paying for it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And strangely, with the AIDS thing, a lot of that, there was a drug called like AZT or BZT, something like that. AZT. That was, Anthony Fauci.
Yep.
That
was
was
baby.
all Anthony Fauci. That was his baby.
Uh-huh.
And then he was doing the jab vaccines.
The jibby jab.
The jibby jab.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, I don't recall. Oh, he did get a pardon all the way back to 2014.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You can't do a retroactive pardon that I am aware of.
I don't think so either.
And I believe a pardon implies a crime because you have to be pardoning something. So why the pardon there?
Also, the AZT medication, the patent was supposed to be split with another researcher, and he destroyed her. He literally had her crushed so he could get the entire patent.
Yeah, sure, that's true.
I mean, that's just what I heard. I could be incorrect.
Yeah, no.
But
Yeah,
I remember
Fauci
hearing
may
that story on NPR.
Fauci may be pardoned by his federal crimes quotes, but there's two places where he is not safe: the state level and overseas.
That's right.
And I've heard rumblings that there's a couple of countries and even a few states that are already wanting to drag his sorry ass in.
Yeah, and listen, that's another thing that needs to be looked at, this blanket pardoning stuff. Listen, that's like a power of a king. Kings used to be able to do shit like that. Or after for instance, after the Civil War, they pardoned. Once they surrendered, they just said, okay, all you guys just go home. You're all good.
They needed to do that after the Civil War. Otherwise, they would have had to execute like half of the South.
Yeah. Listen, you can't do that.
And we don't want to get into a Civil War on here because I guarantee you there are guys in the crew who are going to go, War of Northern Aggression. You're right. It was a War of Northern Aggression. That's one of those other ones that maybe one night we'll get into it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't war usually aggressive?
War is, the point being the North was the aggressor in the equation.
Yeah.
Because the old canard about it being a war on slavery is ridiculous. As we've mentioned before, slaves were about to become antique farm equipment.
Yeah, you're probably right. But the thing is, only 6% of the population can actually afford slaves.
Yes.
So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't economically viable to maintain it anyway.
Yes.
And when you look at Northern Africa today,
still
there's more slaves in captivity than all of the American history.
There's slavery in China and Southeast Asia as well.
Yes.
Korea just outlawed slavery in 1948. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Where were we? We were moving on to a different tab. What tab am I on? Jeez, oh, Pete.
That's what happens when you go down the rabbit hole.
We did go down the rabbit hole. Let's share this tab instead. Jimmy did that magic thing that Jimmy does. Politico's payroll crisis and the government spending freeze. Coincidence or connection? Oh, look, Politico may have been in on the whole USAID thing. This is very shocking to me.
The entire media was in on this.
This is shocking to me. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Okay, let's put on our shocked face. Okay. There we go.
Politico's recent payroll delays have sparked speculation that government spending freezes may be affecting the company's finances. Very interesting. Politico reports indicate that Politico received a substantial government funding in recent years, leading to some question whether the current financial disruptions at the federal level are playing a role in its payroll problems. If you ever wonder how biased anti-American news sites like Politico survive, when you know the media model, it's not shocking to find out that they are majorly subsidized by the United States government. Not fair competition for companies like ours, said Shore News Network, that fight tooth and nail every day to stay running. Look, usaspending.gov, where you can go and find. Let's do that.
Okay.
usaspending.gov. Start searching awards. Keyword. But. What has been going on this computer? Politico. Filter updated. Submit. Keyword Politico.
Okay. It's doing its thinking.
Gathering your data.
You're getting the bars of thinking.
Bars are thinking. Oh,
look at all that.
Gosh, that's strange. And there's like a whole pile of them here too. What?
Oh, so we're dialing down now. Ooh.
Politico LLC total award amount $7.7 million from 302 transactions. By the recipient identifier, address, Politico, Virginia business type business, foreign owned and U.S. located business. Very interesting. So did you see how they're doing a lot of these grants? I don't have it here, but somebody had up a demonstration of where organizations like Politico, where if I just run off of my thing here, I need to come back over to
Now, is that
share this
7.7
tab.
just this year?
Yeah,
How-
no,
how-
just that one time. What they do is they get subscriptions. USAID will do a subscription to this news service, and they'll pay them $7 million for the subscription to the
Or
service.
a bunch of subscriptions, yeah.
There was one instance where USAID provided like coffee fund money, and it was like $3.8 million or something like that. And this is legitimately going, well, it's not legitimate. This is going on with your taxpayer dollars. These organizations, here's Politico. You just watched me do it in real time. You just watched me go and find Politico's funding using your tax dollars in real time from usaspending.gov.
But let's face it, that these numbers are going to change radically because
let's hope.
Yeah, because I cannot believe that this is accurate because there's so much data that's being hidden from us. And it needs to be drug out into the light. I mean, sunlight is the best disinfectant, wouldn't you think?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And there's a reason why the Democrats and a few Republicans are freaking out about it because they're going to be, not getting their kickbacks anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to find out who's getting the kickbacks, and then I hope to God we start seeing people get prosecuted for this. And I don't give a shit if you're a sitting senator. If you're taking kickbacks and bribes, fuck you.
They should be removed from public or contractor life, period.
Yeah. And Adam Schiff.
You should never be allowed to have another public service position, another elected position, or any contractor position ever.
Yeah.
Just done.
Like Adam Schiff has been fighting this tooth and nail, and he's already been caught lying.
Yep.
He's been censured because he was lying. In my opinion, you get caught lying and you're working as a representative or a senator, you should immediately get fired.
Absolutely.
Because we can't believe anything you say after that.
Absolutely.
It's like an attorney.
Absolutely. And I want to know, what the fuck is up with Adam Schiff's head?
I don't know.
What the hell is that?
Well, it's been up his ass too long.
That's possible. Swelling?
It could be swelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is.
From being compacted?
Well,
when his rectum slammed shut when this all broke.
Yeah. And they did not want this to happen.
No, they did not
That's
want
why
this
we
to
saw
happen.
the whole, bureaucratic state coming after Trump, all the prosecutors that were, Soros funded, which I bet you if you follow the money, very little came from him.
Yeah.
It probably came from USAID or from the Social Security, because
Mm-hmm.
they're going to go and they're going to audit every branch, every organization,
right?
And I can't wait till they get to the Pentagon and the DOD.
Yeah,
there's probably a whole bunch of former generals who are going to get fucked up 3 ways to Sunday
in the pooper.
And if anyone from Trump and his crew are watching, please find out whose idea was it for us to get those goddamn ACUs. Those fucking things sucked. They rotted off your fucking body. They were absolutely useless, and you glowed in the fucking dark.
I heard about that.
We should have kept the BDUs because they fucking worked. Whoever's responsible for that, you need to have your head stuck in a toilet and have it slammed a couple thousand fucking times, you fucking piece of shit.
You already know the answer. You already know the answer. Somebody made money off of it. That's what's going on there. Hey, the reason I've been looking down at my phone is I have to play a pussy card. We've got a fucking nor'easter rolling in that's about to kick off in about an hour or so.
Okay.
And I don't want to get caught because I go north.
I know. Just roll on for another 10 minutes, and Jimmy will take over, and you can bug out.
Okay.
Just 10 more minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
We are
what
Michigan.
I'm doing, guys, is running from a large winter storm that is headed our way.
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught in those. In Michigan.
You're what, 47 minutes away?
53 minutes.
53.
I am 53 minutes out.
Okay.
So,
yeah, we'll roll you for another 10 minutes.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, getting caught in a Michigan storm out on the open road.
Not a good deal.
Yeah, not a great place to be. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's go to this red state one here. New massive press scandal as U.S. aid funding for political revealed, and it gets worse from there. With the white hot light of accountability firmly on USAID, more and more details are coming about what your taxpayer money is being spent on. By the way, all of this information was public and available, but nobody was paying attention. Nobody knew to look for it. Now it's all being dragged out of the open. People are going, oh my God.
But even
you've had access to this the whole time.
But even if you did and you tried to make it public, they would shut you down anyway.
It took this to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It took the DOGE thing to make this public like this. USAID has been completely unaccountable for decades, run by bureaucrats with agendas who believe they answered to nobody. Here are a few more of your ridiculous projects on which they spend your money. $7.9 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language.
All right.
They're going to get these people killed. Some of these countries, some of these Islamic countries.
Yeah, they're not playing that game.
I don't like this. I kill you. Sorry.
You're going to test gravity.
Yeah. You will be indoctrinated into the Baghdad cordless bungee jumping club.
Savage but true.
Things are about to get much worse, though, so buckle up. According to recently revealed records, left-leaning news political outlet Politico received over $34 million from USAID and other government agencies. That money went to pay for subscriptions for various bureaucratic officials, including pro subscriptions that added up to over $10,000 a pop. Oh, what was I just saying?
Yep.
That's exactly what I was just saying. Having been in the media business, I would wonder how many of these outlets are staying in business now. It makes perfect sense. U.S. aid funds to Politico, total awarded amount $8.1 million. And remember, we looked at the sheet from USA, whatever the hell that was,
7.7
gov that I just. No, there was a stack of them.
Mm-hmm.
There were like 20 entries there, and each of them was 7 million, 8 million, 4 million, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
There was just stacks of it. The political scandal is worse than you think, says Liz Wheeler. It's not $8 million that Politico received from USAID. It's $34.3 million. There you go. That Politico has received from various swampy federal government agencies. Politico is without a doubt a totally corrupt propaganda arm of the
And was
swamp.
that just this year?
It appears to be over the last 2 years.
Oh, okay.
A breakdown of some of the expenditures showed USAID paid $443,000. This is here we go. $443,998 for just 37 subscriptions to Politico for FDA officials. Another outlay for subscriptions cost $862,000. The details on that are mind-blowing. Subscriptions to Politico for 37 users in the FDA for $500,000. Here's the actual recipient's name, obligations, outlays, award description, Politico Pro subscription for 37 users. And that's how they did it. That's how they laundered the money. They just made it look, because an accountant, a regular old bean counter, is going to go number, reason, check, next, number, amount, reason, check. They're not looking at this going, wait, what's $873,000 for 7 subscriptions?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Accountants don't work like that.
You need a forensic accountant to do that.
Yes. Yeah. And I hope there's a whole bunch of forensic accountants being sicked on this right now.
Well, I mean, there are 80,000 IRS agents going to go.
I don't think any of those 80,000 IRS agents are competent to tie their own fucking shoes.
You're probably correct.
Polymath on Twitter says, I do want to understand what exactly is going on here. Are we really spending $8 million a year in federal monies on Politico subscriptions? This seems weird, and I'm curious about what the innocent explanation might be. Politico has never disclosed these payments, even as the written pieces covering USAID posing as unbiased arbiters of truth. That represents one of the biggest scandals in the history of the press. The United States government was funneling money to a left-wing news outlet that has repeatedly done the bidding of the Democratic Party. As an example, you may remember Politico as the same news site that laundered the infamous letter from 51 intelligence officials who all lost their security clearances and access to federal buildings, saying that Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. Stephen L. Miller says, guess which outlet the Biden campaign and intel officials solicited the laptop letter story to. All of this suddenly makes sense.
Yeah.
All of this suddenly makes sense. All of these organizations, and I'm not even going to say I bet you, because that's a bad bet that I know I'm going to lose. Other organizations are definitely in on this. It's just a matter of how many and which ones.
And how much they took.
The government, USAID, which is basically an arm of the CIA, which is basically an arm of the State Department, was deliberately funding anti-American propaganda through these media organizations, weaponized against you.
Correct.
This is what your tax dollars have been going to. If you're not mad by now, you really need to set down the whiskey bottle and turn off I Love Lucy and pay attention to what we're saying.
Yes. Because this
you
could get dynamic. If we don't nip this in the bud and get this under control, this is going to go dynamic.
Yeah. People are monitoring the storm 90 to 120 minutes from them. I have a window, but it's closing. I am going to drop the pussy card on this.
No problem. Hey, Jimmy, take us on a piss break, okay?
Oh, we need a piss break. Alrighty, let's see here.
Hey, guys.
I'll walk him out the door.
Alrighty, we'll see you later there, dwarf.
All right. It's just me. I'm sitting in the Battletorf station. Sorry about that. It is what it is. But he's on his way out. He had to get his food and drain the lizard. So be safe, all right? If you need anything, give me a call, okay? All right. I will off all the fucks.
All of the fucks will be offed.
Yep. My last give a fuck is now in the ER and on life support.
Ooh, no.
So there you go.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to play the Beetle Dwarf video there, but I think that'd be just a little too short. But I'm sure someone has got ahead of me and is going to play or request it.
All right.
Say the three magic words. But we'll start off here on the YouTube side with the super chats here. We got Count Shad the Impaler with a handful in a row here. This first one here says Nuremberg trials, followed by Nuremberg punishment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a coincidence that hangman had every single one choked to death at the end of the noose. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's see. Count Chad's the second one here. It says the most perplexing riddle of all is of all those I've shown. Why do immigrants strengthen our country but not their own?
It's a good question. Mainly because it's probably a fucking illusion. Now, listen, if you come to this country and you bring a marketable skill or you bring value, I'm sure you would add to the country. But we're literally getting third world individuals who can't read and write, and they don't understand anything but the stick and the boot. You can't.
Remember when
it's not going to work out here.
Yeah. Remember when we had 14,000 Haitians camped just outside the border, and then one day they just up and disappeared?
Yep.
I remember that.
It is what it is. Now, if I wasn't so physically fucked up, if they were to call me back, I would go help them. But I'm too broken to do that now. All I can do is talk shit.
There you go. And Count Chad's the last one here says, solution for the Palestinians. Deport them all on Elon Musk's rocket to colonize Mars, the planet named after the god of war.
Now, I've been, paying attention to this whole Gaza thing. And I'm not going to say Trump is wrong because they just say, listen, you can't have that kind of shit on your border. It's just not going to work out. They've had forever to, move to other countries and do what they got to do, but they want to stay in their little, their camps or whatever it is, their refugee camps. But something's got to be done because this is ridiculous. And I get it. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I don't want to pay for it, and I don't want to put any of our troops on the ground.
Yep.
So they need to figure it out fast.
It is wrong and ridiculous.
It's redonkulous.
That it is. See, next one here we got Pete Mayer in 1999. He's just saying, here.
Thank you.
Thank you, good sir. Next one we got Frank Rizzo in 1999. No comment there. Thank you there, good sir. And last one here on the YouTube side, we got FMF Veteran with $10. Says, very interesting topic. Where do we install the gallows?
Well, we have so many people involved, we're probably going to need mobile gallows if we get that far. I'm just saying. Because listen, this is going to get much worse. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
The dick tip of the iceberg. That's one thing you definitely don't want up your ass. And let's see here. I think we're going to figure out a way to get Rumble working here for us. But Mando did hit me up earlier and gave me the lowdown on some super chats here. Let's see. Good. Got Cliff 3188 coming in with a two-parter. First part here says, I don't give a fuck. Trump needs to start arresting these government white-collar criminals. And I don't care what the media says, which will be something like, oh my God, Trump is arresting his political opponents. Wee!
Listen, this is going to get ugly. And what they've done is fucking reprehensible. They've been getting away with it for fucking decades. It's time to fucking take the gloves off. Shit needs to happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The kid gloves need to come off. And, I'm glad that the fraud is being exposed and people are being exposed, but I'm going to be waiting for the trials and the prosecutions. I'm not happy to see investigations. We already see the evidence. So Let's bring these assholes in. We force them to sit down and we talk to them. Well, not us, but I wish we could. And they sit there and try to explain away how where a senator is worth $22 million on a $200K salary.
Yeah.
I would very much love to know how that is working.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of individuals in this bureaucracy who are incredibly wealthy and they're not really getting paid that much.
Yep.
And they need to ask questions. Where the fuck does money come from?
Yep. And I'm not talking just the Democrats because there's Republicans as well. I want everyone.
Yeah, I want them all.
Everyone to be brought in and say, okay, here you go. Let's see. Moving on here. Cliff's second one says, fuck no, they are criminals first. The fact they oppose Trump politically is just an additional attribute of theirs. Yep.
I think they were opposed to Trump so adamantly is self-preservation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You had what was it just earlier? Maxine Waters coming out saying, "Oh, where you at, Elon Musk?
Yep.
You ain't nothing but a gangster." No, he's a gangsta. Don't be using the hard R there, Maxine.
Well, here's the thing with Elon. He's already done this with his own company, Twitter.
Yeah.
You know,
he cut like what 80% of
Yeah.
the fat, and it's running not perfectly, but it's running a lot hell of a lot fucking
nothing
better.
runs perfectly, but there really wasn't a hiccup in service. So he already has experience doing this. I get it. And like these 20-year-olds that, you know, they're all upset about. Okay. Well, guess what? The younger guys out there, they're the ones that are tech savvy and smart with this shit. And okay, so what? They're doing a forensic audit. Good. It needs to happen.
Good. Yep. I did laugh my ass off when I saw the tweet that one of the main guys, the 19-year-old, goes by the name of Big Balls.
Yeah, Harry Balls, yeah.
No, that's Elon changed his name to Harry Bowles.
Oh, okay.
And CNN actually ran a segment on that. How desperate are you to just do that? You'd be like, "Oh, Elon Musk, he's a friggin' troll that wants to send rockets to Mars." Of course he's going to do that. And I laughed my ass off. That was funnier than shit.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty amusing.
Yeah. Let's see here. Next one here we got Evil Zombie Toe here says, "Guys, big picture. Soros installed judge denies Trump's executive order. Trump appeals. It escalates, eventually goes to SCOTUS and becomes federal law. It takes time and then is made permanent."
Well, here's the thing. If you're the executive, you should be able to manage people who work underneath you without having to go through all this horse shit. And these judges, we need to put something in place that makes it a lot easier to remove these judges. And if they are blatantly going against the Constitution, they should not be, you know, shielded from lawsuits, meaning everyone that their judgments damages should be able to sue them into the fucking Stone Age.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I would fully support that.
Because, you know, there's all kinds of guys out there right now who are literally living in poverty, killing themselves because we have family court judges doing the exact same thing. They're not following the law. They're discriminating against these guys. These guys have very little recourse. It's hard to go up against a judge unless you have a minimum of 15 people and you use my methods of administrative violence, which I'm going to do a video on. But other than that, I mean, you're fucked. And are we surprised that that kind of pride and stubbornness and what have you has risen to the top where we're seeing the same shit happen at the highest levels? Because power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And if you could just do whatever the fuck you want and no one can touch you and you're totally free from any kind of litigation or being criminally charged, then what the fuck is going on here?
It's already reached the highest court because we have a couple people sitting there that doesn't know what a woman is.
That's right. And they should
because
not be
they're
there.
not a biologist.
That's right. Because they have been corrupted by the propaganda, which we've been paying for the past, I don't know, 2 decades.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yep. Yeah, let's see. Cliff 3188 here coming back says, "What worries me for the long term is that the money gets back into circulation. Some politician is going to get a hair up their ass and see all that money could be used to reintroduce UBI, aka communism."
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that because, first of all, every country that's ever tried communism has failed miserably. If you think China is doing good, they're literally holding on by a shoestring. Oh, okay, they're hanging on by 2 ball hairs and a pregnant nipple. That's it.
Nice. Yeah, if anyone wants a brief history on communism and how fucked it's been in the past, just go watch some Fat Electrician videos. You'll be taught up quite quickly.
Yeah, I like his content. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Let's see. Jack X23 coming in says, they always go after your family to shut you up.
Yes, they do. That's actually quite accurate.
Yep. And that's actually quite the low blow. But, well.
Once my mom passes away, I don't have any family, so.
You got us, Pop. Come on.
All right, I got you. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. I got you. All right. Let's see here. Scrolling down here. And again, we're trying to figure out a good way to keep up with the super chats over on Rumble side. So if we do miss any of yours, we do apologize. Apparently, Mando has been having some hiccups with his super chats not going through tonight. So that might also be the issue. So, but if we do miss your super chats, again, we apologize, gents. We're trying to figure this out. Let's see. Next one here, Berserker Brad, 1983, says, all this corruption has enraged me beyond measure. Under no certain terms did I or anyone want our tax dollars to be used to fund any of this nonsense. I want to see people sent to prison.
Yeah, and you got to also understand where a lot of this came from. When they pass these last-minute spending bills and they throw a bunch of shit in there that won't survive on its own, that's where a lot of this stuff came from.
Yep. No more omnibus bills, no more fucking spending bills, single issue bills. And if a bill comes over the table that has more than 200 pages, automatic no.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I can understand putting bills together if they all deal with the same thing.
Right.
All right. But you're like, okay, we're going to do this funding for XYZ and we're going to add AB here. Don't pay attention to that. That's where we are. That's why we are where we are at today.
Yep. Let's see. Moving on here. Susan McCarley here coming in. Hey, Suze. Says, oh, excuse me. Food insecurity is when you're scared you might lose your food stamps and WIC.
Yep. And another thing I would love to see curtailed is this culture of living on welfare. There are ladies out there who've literally been living on Section 8 for like a decade and a half and getting, WIC, welfare, all of that shit. And I did a video called System Surfers. Some of these single mothers make a living out of dropping a kid every other year until they're about 40. And they work part-time, but not enough to interfere with their benefits. So they siphon off of the taxpayer and live a middle-class lifestyle. And then when they get to 60, 65, because they've worked part-time, they can also draw Social Security. So they're literally living off the tax dollar teat, basically from like 18 to the time they're dead. Bummer. Are you there?
Yep.
Oh, right.
Let's see here. I was just scrolling through. We got our first We're Not Worthy of the night comes from Shellback Stunts. He's dropping $50.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
That super chat is for the stream. Thanks for the laughs and time to put into the show prep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, good sir. All right, we're scrolling down here. We got International House of Whoop Ass, one of my favorite screen names. Says, if you look at what O'Keefe Media uncovered and then add this, you can put two and two together. They promise money to other countries and only send 40%, and the rest has been laundered through Act Blue.
And you have to also ask yourself this. Trump offered the entire CIA a buyout. Why do you think that is? Because he wants the JFK and the Martin Luther King assassination documentation released to the public unredacted. And I bet you 10-1, the CIA and some other alphabet agencies are either directly or indirectly named in that shit. And when you add that compared to what's going on now, he's probably like, fuck all those guys, and we need to take it back down to formula.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see. International House of Whoop Ass coming back. This one's for Dwarf. He says, do what you did with Politico showing the 7.7 million, but do it for a company named Chem something, not sure the name. They get twice as much as Politico to scam the U.S. taxpayers for bullshit service.
Ooh, okay. Well, email the names of these companies to redonkulas12@gmail.com. I'll forward them to Battledorf, and then he could dig into it.
Yep. There you go.
I'm just the evil genius that comes up with the craziness. That's it.
Yep. Let's see, Rural Man Live here coming in says Trump needs to go beast mode like Andrew Jackson did with ruling by the Supreme Court telling him he couldn't kick the Cherokee out of the South states. He said, "Stop me. You have no military backing you."
Well, unfortunately, it might come to that. I hope it doesn't.
Okay.
But this corruption is so big and so deep, it might actually have to come to that.
Yeah. And again, and I'm just stating a historical fact. The only time the U.S. was never in debt was when Andrew Jackson was president.
Yep.
Just saying. Just saying. Let's see. We got Tomahawk here with $10. Says, another great show, gentlemen. Thank you, good sir. Let's see. Uh-oh. Here comes Alucard.
Uh-oh.
You know what he wants, Pop.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see here.
Is it the fat Hillary?
Let's see. What is it? Which one is it? I think he wants this one. Except Nancy, she's not doing too well since she fell down and broke her hip because she's 87 years fucking old.
Listen, in my opinion, there needs to be a cutoff in age to be in the government. All right, I get it. You want to stay relevant. All right, I understand, but write a book or something. God damn.
Well, if you do write a book, that's just another way to launder money.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Just saying. Just saying. And Susan McCarley says, run, dwarf, run. Pop, be ready to go yank him out of a ditch.
Well, we'll see. I don't have a vehicle capable of pulling his tow truck or his truck out of a ditch. So I loaned my own pickup truck to a buddy of mine who I've known since he was 6.
Oh shit.
He's like a baby brother to me. So, it is what it is.
Did you at least fix the back window for him?
No, he's got to take care of that.
Of course. Let's see here. Next one here. Oh, Alucard. He's got another request here, but this is a good one, Pop. No lump of vomits on this one.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop!
40 to 80. It's a long fucking time.
Long time. Next one here. We got Bareback Musing with $5 says, keep saving lives. Damn right.
I really want that 558. I hope he writes in so we can read him into the record.
Hell yeah. That'd be fucking sweet. Let's see. Uh-oh. He's on. Who's on?
Right.
Space Ghost is on.
Oh,
Space Ghost 1007 with $10. He's saying here.
All right. Thank you.
Go watch some Space Ghost after this. Let's see. Jack X23 coming back says the true measure of a man, give him money and power and see what he does with it.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, we just filmed a pop culture today called Dick Thinking Speak. It should be out in 2 to 3 weeks. It'll be fucking hilarious.
Winning. Let's see. Next one here. We got Tomahawk says, I'm not a commie. Are you sure about that? But my understanding that UBI was proposed as a solution to what we do when AI and robots take all the jobs.
Well, I'm going to be honest. If they even try to implement that at a mass level, it's not going to work. People are just not going to tolerate that.
Nope. Yeah. Just like in my profession, I would really love to see a evil wrench turning monkey that is made out of fiber optics and copper and aluminum.
Yep.
Try to do what I do, robots. It's not fun or easy. Let's see. Yep. Alucard, says, I still owe you this one. Yes, I was getting to it, you impatient bastard.
We did have a request for singing pop. You guys are jackasses. Always want to watch the same shit over and over again. Pick new videos.
Look at me, I wanna be the captain of the sea.
About time.
The poop that came from me, I'd rather steer us to debauchery.
Careful what you ask for, video guy. Careful what you ask for.
I hate that one. The horns, man. The murder horse horns. It just doesn't work for me.
There you go. We love it though, Pop. It's funny. Oh, Billy Von Baum did inform me he's got a couple other ones.
All right.
I'm gonna check those out after the show tonight.
Okay. Because don't spring them on me if we're gonna get a
No, I will be sure to check them out. Let's see. We'll jump over to the MGTOW side of things. Looks like we just got only one from Crazy Uncle. I will do a refresh after we read it. Says for $10, says, just an FYI, as people fight each other over eggs at Costco, there's another possible shortage coming. All over your face, neck, back, and thighs. Ugh. Maple syrup season should have started 2 weeks ago, but it's been far too cold to harvest the sap. Very weather dependent. The season usually ends in the first or second week in March. I'm sure you can do the math. Prepare for a price spike. Liberals are happy about this as corn syrup that has been chemically bent over to taste maple. It's still cheap, like them.
Well, I don't really use sugar anymore, so what are you gonna do?
There you go. All right, jump over to the Odyssey side here. Looks like we had a couple here. We got Colonizer Grindset for $3 says, Pop, I'll have to disagree with you on this skilled immigration. I work in IT and those tech companies fire all American workers and replace them with the HB1 Indians. There is no skill shortage. They just want indentured servants.
I can agree with that. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if we have the data on that, fuck those guys then.
Yep. And see, we've got Slowly Going Insane here says, I know you like D&D, but do you like Hero Quest at all? I've gotten back into this recently and am making my own custom campaign.
Hero Quest. I've only played a couple of times using Hero Quest. I don't know. I prefer using the Pathfinder rules myself. They're, it's like the new D&D is like a tabletop. They're trying to compete with 40K Warhammer stuff. I kind of like the Pathfinder, skill set and rules better, but that's just me.
I think we need a new button. Whenever Pop goes off into the nerd side, we need a button that says, it just got nerdy in here.
It's okay. Yeah. I'm the nerd who, fought for a world title, became a Green Beret, almost killed in 2 wars. I'll take that. You can call me whatever. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. Let's see. Let's jump back over here to the YouTube side. Got John Abernathy with 1999. Says 59 million from FEMA to house illegal immigrants in luxury hotels while homeless vets are still homeless. Remember that KJP called that a conspiracy?
And that's 59 million a week. So you multiply that by 4 years worth of weeks, which is like 208. And it comes out to like $13 billion we've paid out of our own tax dollars for that horse shit. And that's just the New York stuff. There are illegal aliens staying in hotels all over the country. So let that sink in. That's a huge number. And at some point, that's going to make it out into the public eye, and a lot of people are going to be really fucking pissed about that.
There you go. Yep. Let's see. The Plains Warrior coming back with $5 says, sad to say, but when DOGE finishes its mission, things will go back to the way it was. I can understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
But I think I can disagree with you on that because people have been awakened to a point where we're sick of it.
It's lunacy.
There's always going to be the stupid people voting for the even bigger stupid people. Mm-hmm. But those stupid people that get voted in are kind of smart, know how to run the system. And if they get caught, the people that are footing the bill for everything that they're spending on, plus their salary, are going to have enough of it. And I'm not saying that they're going to be wanting to water the tree of liberty, but the tree of liberty is probably going to get watered.
You get me elected to Senate, shit will fucking change. Because I'll be in there using all kinds of profanity and popisms and driving people fucking crazy.
Oh, indeed.
Fuck those guys.
That would be excellent.
And I'll even punch a few of those sons of bitches if they're young enough that they're not going to die.
Yeah, I
This is
know
me, though.
shit. Fucking Mitch McConnell, he fell down again. Jesus fucking Christ.
Can you imagine me jab slapping these kids? Fuck off! Fuck you! You know?
Shut the fuck up! Imagine Pop walking into the Senate chambers. What's up? It's
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
Yep.
Let's see. We got
Comedy
Wacky
gold.
Leans. Got Wacky Leans here with 199 says, Pop, you are always on the money. Keep it up, good sir.
I'm trying. You know you're over the drop zone when you start getting flack.
There you go. And we got Bar One Studios for $2 says, play Rifts. Kevin Simabedia went through a divorce.
I played Rifts a few times. It's not bad.
There you go.
I think I have like 18 years worth of their books in PDF in one of my databases somewhere.
Nice. All right. Let's see. We jump back over to the Rumble side. Again, if Rumble has been glitching out for you guys, or if we do miss your chats, we do apologize. We're still trying to figure out a way to get this in order for the Tuesday shows. I might just talk to my boss and tell him, hey, man, I'm coming in early, leaving early.
But don't lose your job, man. I don't want you to get fucked.
Oh, no.
You know,
No, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Let's see. Ellie Card coming back says the dog man called. She wants you to sing and she wants to snoo, bring beer, a tent, and gents, don't knock on the tent when it's a rockin'. But well, you'll know that the tent will be rocking because Pop will be singing.
Everyone gets fucked with in the regiment. I'm no different. So it is what it is.
There you go. All righty. Let's see here. We got Tomahawk here says, do some research on how fast AI is advancing. It's fucking terrifying.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. You remember like 4 or 5 years ago when we got the Will Smith eating noodles video?
Yep.
Now look at AI now. Holy shit. It's terrifying. Let's see here. All right, looks like YouTube is all caught up. Let me hit a quick refresh for the MGTOW side of the streams here. Takes a couple seconds, but while it's doing that, take a look over on DLive.
I think we got another one on Rumble.
Yep, I'm sure we did. We got 7 viewers over there. No lemons, though, but let me bring up the Rumble chat. Come on, click the right button, you fucking monkey. He says, we got Tomahawk here. Says, new rule. Everyone who requests singing Pop gets a homo suspicion point.
Well, it is what it is.
Yep. And before I click the button, I'm going to click this button.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
He's not wrong.
I think fair trade. All right. Let me run through here. Oh, I forgot to do a head count. We got 532 on YouTube. We got 397 likes. Little light, but acceptable. Let's see. Nothing else over on Odyssey. DLive, of course, I just saw that. We didn't have any lemons over there. We got 9 viewers over there now. Mm-hmm. How much is the old itchy twatch giving us? We got 11 over there. That's about normal. And over on the old Twatter sphere, we got 124 views.
Wow, we're growing. All right.
Go. If you got a Twatter page, share the page, share the show, share the videos, share it all. Just not some things. Some things are best left unsaid. All right, we'll jump over to the emails here. Check the cash apps here. We got first one here from HKC for $5. No comment there. Thank you, good sir. We got Crunch Muncher, $50 for the other shoestring. There we go. And you get our second We're Not Worthy of the night.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Let's see here. Next one here comes from Conspiracy Bear. $2 for your OnlyFans robot session, Pop.
That's fucked up.
That's
not
bad.
happening.
That's bad, man.
No,
And Susan McCarley here says $30, says, okay, 30 per episode. Captain Blake said so.
Thank you so much, Susie.
Thanks, Suze. And let's see, we got $50 from Dustin saying, keep up the good fight. Love you, brother. 551.
I like how they use their numbers. I like it.
Hell yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll get number 60 in there.
But you didn't say no homo. So instead of a we're not worthy, I'm going to have to assess you a point there, good sir.
You are fined 1 homo suspicion point for violation of the Man Code Morality Statute.
Gay!
Gay! Thank you, Dustin. Love you, bro. No homo. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. John with $10. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks. Bolsheviks.
Bolsheviks.
No, don't say it.
Bolsheviks.
No, please stop.
Bolsheviks.
It's showtime. Bolsheviks, baby. Everyone drink.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That was a good one. Let's see here. Jumping back through the super chats just so that we hopefully don't miss any of you guys. Again, we all love you. No homo. All that good stuff. Looks like YouTube is all good here. Let me jump over to the Rumble side here. Do a couple scrolls up. And let's see. Oh, of course. It wouldn't be a show without Alucard wanting to show off his girlfriend to us.
Fucking horrid. That's just nightmare fuel right there.
You guys do realize I have to have a discussion with my Night Terror demon, Kevin, every time I see that video? I have to explain to him that these assholes make me push the button. It's not my fault, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
There you go. All righty. I believe we are all caught up for everything. Let me double check the emails here in case.
Did you hit Big Cow TV?
I did. We only had one from Crazy Uncle there, and I did do a quick refresh. Let me do one more refresh on that one, just in case. Looks like, nope, that was the only one for Crazy Uncle there.
All right. It is what it is.
Right now, let me check Rumble one last time. And it looks like we are all caught up. So, Pop, I believe we're ready for safety brief.
All right, everybody, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It's not going to work out for you. If you absolutely need to fornicate, wear a condom, take it with you, or flush it down the toilet and watch it go, because child support does last 18 to 21 years, and latex will save your paychecks. Rack up, pack up, and stack up. There's safety in numbers, and maintain your situational awareness, because if you're going to be attacked, something in the environment will have changed. It's up to you to see it. And last but not least, I'm sick and tired of throwing you guys into the dirt because you're taking a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Okay, play the long game, stay in the fight, and if everything else fails, live out of motherfucking spite. Boom, beer me.
There you go. And of course, you guys all know my spiel for the end of the shows tonight. Head on over to the merch store, redonkulas.com. Get yourself a shirt, get a hat, get all kinds of the goodies, all of the goodies. And Blake did inform me some other merch was promised last week. I got a sneak peek of it. It's going to sell out. You guys are going to love it.
I can't wait.
And of course, keep your powder dry. Keep your cootie juices off your dishes because Jesus fucking Christ, who would want to put cootie juices on their dishes? Take it easy.
Take it easy.